Welcome to Amplify, a podcast series by the Association for Accounting Marketing. I am Scott Dine, Partner and Technical Director with Catalyst Group Marketing, and I am today's host. Today, we're actually having a special podcast session because we are here at the 2018 Summit here in Portland, Oregon.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. So today, joining me is Jean Caragher. Jean is the president of Capstone Marketing, a marketing consultant to the accounting profession for the past 20 years, and who, along with Rick Telberg of CPA Trendlines, conducted AAM's Career and Compensation Survey. Welcome, Jean.
Hey, thanks, Scott. I appreciate that. It's so exciting to be here.
Excellent. All right. So today we're going to be talking about the results of AAM's Career and Compensation Survey. Mm-hmm. So now this isn't the first time that the survey has been conducted.
No, it is not. No, but I'd like to think it's a little bit different this year because we added some questions that have not been asked before, which is giving us some interesting results, and it's allowing us to cross-tab responses based on different criteria. So we're pretty excited to share the results.
Awesome. So is there anything particular about this compensation survey that you'd like to talk about or have everyone know a little bit more about?
Yes. I'd like to lead off by saying that the survey is more than the salary number and the benefits. Of course, everybody wants those numbers, right?
Absolutely.
They want to, right? They're negotiating their salaries. They're hiring people in their department. They want to know how much should we pay them and what kind of perks and benefits our firm's providing. The survey is more than that. I would like you to consider using the information in the survey to carve out your career within your firm and within accounting marketing, because there's lots of great data to enable you to do just that.
Awesome. So how do the activities of marketers differ by job type?
Right. So in the survey, we included, I believe it was like 7 or 8 different job titles, categories. So it's no surprise when you're considering the managing partner or partners within your firm, their activities are more towards meeting with their prospective clients, client satisfaction, making those sales calls, networking with influencers who can refer business to the firm or who are prospective clients. And the same at the partner level when it comes to marketers who have achieved that partner role. And they also get a bit more into thought leadership, which we know is a big topic in our world nowadays, right? Everyone trying to figure out how to share that intellectual capital, how to get that posted on social media, how to get found for it. So that is starting at the partner level. Now, interestingly, those with the title of marketing director, their number one marketing activity is related around their brand positioning.
Okay, sure.
That's the number one.
Yeah.
And also public relations, they get also into client satisfaction, advertising, and of course the marketing materials, right? Our collateral.
Absolutely.
So I would like to think that more than brochures, but also anything that's supporting that brand, that they're getting that consistency within all of those marketing materials.
Sure, absolutely.
So then when we get down to marketing manager, and I'd just like to interject here for a second too. There are no industry standards for what someone's title is.
Sure. Yeah,
so
that's right.
I'm sure that there are marketing directors out there who are a department of one and are directing themselves. Right? And I know that there are marketing directors who are directing a team of people. So it's just interesting how it all laid out of who's doing what by title. So I just wanted to get that in there. So the marketing managers, their number one activity is thought leadership. Okay. So you can see how that balances off the partners. So marketing managers working with the partners on creating, and sharing that thought leadership. They're also involved with direct response, both email and old-fashioned postal, using the postal service. Remember that?
Yes.
When we used to get things in the mail?
Yes. Snail mail, yes.
Exactly. So they're involved in that, and also what we found is nearly everybody in the marketing department has some touch on the marketing materials. So whether it is that department of one or a team, everybody is kind of, got their fingers in that. When we get down to marketing specialist, logically, it's more specific. So the number one marketing activity for the specialist, it revolves around social media. Shouldn't be any surprise to us, right? With everybody being active there. Of course, the marketing materials, the website, online advertising, direct response, and email. So the specialists goes to figure,
Yeah.
are focusing on specialized activities.
Mhm.
And we can keep going down the line. It's all in the report. Marketing coordinators, they're more around events and social media, marketing assistants. The marketing assistant, that's where we start seeing the work on the firm database.
Oh.
We all
Sure.
know that
Yeah.
is just a job.
Yes,
It's a difficult, tedious job, but an important one
Mhm.
because we operate with
Absolutely.
data,
That's
right?
right.
And the data helps
That's
us
right.
make smart marketing decisions.
Yeah.
So it is the marketing assistant that uh, gets the most responsibility for that as a specialty. And as far as the business developers, we're getting back to spending more of the time visiting with their prospective clients, making those sales calls, networking with referral sources and potential clients. And that's very much the same whether the title was business development director or business development manager.
Okay.
So it's a whole gamut, and the
Yeah.
report includes the top 5 activities for each of those job titles.
Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't seem like there's any one really set. So the specialist does this, the coordinator does this. Sometimes those the what they're doing can be like their tasks and what they're assigned can kind of vary depending on the firm, position, location.
Absolutely right, and what their marketing plan is, right? What are their
Right,
marketing goals? Because again, no marketing plan for firms is the same thing. So it all depends upon what their goals are and the type of staff and team members that they need
Mhm.
in order to implement that plan.
Okay. Excellent. So can you go ahead and give us the lowdown as far as what are marketers and business developers actually earning?
What
Sure,
are
it's a
they
big question on
earning?
people's mind at some point.
It is a big question. So on average, last year, and now this is for all titles, and the report will include information specifically by title, but overall, last year, the actual, so compensation and benefits, was just over $89,000.
Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
so this year it was estimated to go up to $95,000, and for next year it's projected to go to just under $105,000.
Is that right?
Right, so
Wow, okay.
that's on average. Now we do also, as I've just mentioned, have broken that out by job title, and it goes all the way from marketing coordinators making an average of just over $50,000
Okay.
to partners making an average of $288,000, right?
Big range. Yes.
So that's right, a big range.
Yeah.
So I think I'm probably making some people happy, and probably I'm making some people a bit disappointed.
Sure.
Because we know that the geography, the market
Makes
you're
a big
in,
difference.
makes a big
Yes,
difference.
absolutely.
And unfortunately, we don't get enough data
Mhm.
geographically, because we did ask that question in the survey, but there's not enough there are not enough respondents
Mhm.
for us to come to any conclusion about how the salaries and benefits would change
Okay.
based upon the market.
Sure.
So I would look at that as a continued goal for AIM
Mhm.
to encourage its
Need
members.
a little more data to be able to round that
Exactly,
out.
exactly. I mean, you need a lot to be, statistically accurate,
Yes.
but
Yeah, that's
the
right.
more responses we get, the better information we're going to be able to give the members.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I know folks, like let's say in New York City or Los Angeles or Chicago, probably will be a little disappointed in those numbers when they go to use those in
Mhm.
their own salary negotiations.
right.
And maybe if you're in Tampa or Topeka or some smaller
Sure.
markets,
Yes,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
That you would be happier with those numbers.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and the report again, it includes all the specifics, the salaries and the benefits by job title.
Yeah, and I think as people have kind of looked forward job positions, they might kind of hear about salaries in California or New York, and then they're kind of in the Midwest. There's obviously going to be some adjustments that they're probably used to.
Yeah, and there's other sites out there that I would encourage marketers to use.
Oh, sure.
Because you want to go in there armed. I'm a big one for having control of your own destiny.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I encourage everybody, do your homework before you go in there and have that conversation. Or if you're considering a new position, if you've got those averages, use other sources online to support or add to the information that's in the AIM salary survey.
Okay. Yeah. Great. So which statistic really hasn't changed over the years. Has there been any kind of constant?
Yes. So, I've been in this industry a long time, right?
Right.
Oh, gosh, a long time. And the average marketing budget, the average that we got in this survey was 2.26%.
Okay.
From when I started at my first firm at the end of 1986, the average of net revenue for a marketing budget was between like 1% and 2%. So the percentage has stayed the same, or hasn't changed a whole lot.
That's very small.
What has changed is that firms are larger, firms are merging, so that percentage is coming from a bigger number, right? So that's the way that marketing budgets are growing. But when we asked to compare the firm's marketing budget from the current year to the prior year, interestingly, 41% said there was no change to the marketing budget. It was going to remain the same.
Okay.
So I guess we could look at that, as a positive,
Sure.
right? We'll look at that glass is half full, right? Because 10% of the respondents said their marketing budget was going to decrease. So that's interesting.
Yes.
But that could be a special project that was taken on the prior year that they're not doing. So if they're rebranding, if they've got a new website, if they
those aren't
started
every year
a
things.
big, right? If they started a new training program, that could be a big dollar expense. That's not going to be repeated. Exactly.
Yeah,
right. Oh gosh, that faithful CRM in that database. For that marketing assistant. Right. Those are the types of big projects that a firm doesn't need to repeat the next year. So that could be a reason why the budgets were decreasing. And then another 28% said their budget was going to increase between 1% and 5%. So there was about over a quarter of them that were going to have a bit more money to spend in the current year than last year.
Well, that's good. That's excellent. It's glad to hear that, some of those high growth firms are kind of putting a little bit extra money into it and trying to really kind of force that issue to trying to grow a little more money involved.
Absolutely. It's growth takes money. It takes that investment, right? Does. So you can't do these things for free.
Right. Exactly. So, well, this does wrap up this episode of the podcast series for Association for Accounting and Marketing. Thank you very much for the time that you spent with us and all the great information about the compensation survey.
Oh, Scott, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure, and I'm excited to be here and to start the AAM Summit.
Excellent. Yes, it's very nice to kind of be able to kick off the summit this way. And so look for us next month with our next episode of the podcast series for Association for Accounting Marketing. And always remember to aim high. Power up, listening, we're always aiming high.